My name is Enoch Kumala. I'm 15 years old and I'm currently a senior studying computer science at Georgia Tech. I'm an only child raised by a full-time single father since I was about 4. I started enrolling at the Community College of Denver since I was 7 and at the University of Colorado Denver the year after. I started supporting myself financially when I was about 12, and I began pursuing my bachelor's in computer science with a full scholarship as a promising scholar and provost scholar at Georgia Tech. I was also admitted into Georgia Tech's Fast Track Master program at 14, and my field of study is machine learning and artificial intelligence. On January 14th, 2020, when I was 14 years old, I received and accepted an employment offer to work as a software development engineer at Amazon Web Services. I previously applied to Amazon through the standard college recruiting event where I went through a 2-step process. The first was a programming test, and the second was an interview with one of Amazon's engineers. I started working at Amazon Web Services on May 11th, 2020. It was November 9th, 2018, and I still remember that fateful Friday like it was yesterday. I was 13 years old at the time, and I found myself in the legendary room 5600 at the top of the Rockefeller Center in New York. Seated before me was Mr. Kenneth Jacobs, chairman and CEO of Lazard himself. I learned that many notables from Nelson Mandela to Bono to Frank Sinatra had been in that exact same room. I had just finished a 4-hour-long technical interview with Lazard's data analytics group, and that unscheduled meeting with the CEO was a really pleasant surprise, although rather overwhelming. Mr. Jacobs could not have been more cordial. For the next about 40 minutes, he colorfully described Lazard's operation and outlined his strategic vision for the company going forward. I was also introduced to and briefly interviewed by Mr. Peter Orszag, the CEO of Financial Advisory, and Mr. Alex Stern, the president of Lazard. I promptly received a written offer soon after, and I accepted it. On May 27th, 2019, I started working as a software engineer and the youngest hire in Lazard's 171-year history at age 14, the earliest age to work in New York. And that's how I set my world record, my first world record, as the youngest professional to ever work on Wall Street. At Lazard, I work within the data analytics group with the primary responsibility of designing, building, and testing and maintaining large-scale software applications and data products. I really work closely with data scientists, investment bankers, and senior management across the firm. The focus of my areas of study is machine learning and artificial intelligence. I believe that my educational background, along with my specialization, is the main reason why I was assigned to work within Amazon's artificial intelligence division. I specifically worked with Amazon Translate, which is a neural machine translation service that delivers fast, high quality, and affordable neural translation. Neural machine translation is a form of language translation automation that uses deep learning models to deliver more accurate and realistic sounding translation compared to traditional statistical and rule-based translation algorithms. Amazon Translate allows clients to localize content such as websites and applications for international users and to easily translate large volumes of text really efficiently. Initially for me, I was driven more by the sense of urgency to not be left behind as opposed to the motivation to achieve success at an early age. I suffered from a chronic illness since birth, which lasted for most of my formative years, and that prevented me from being able to enroll in the traditional educational system. I had to study independently by relying on the internet and the library system. Over time, though, this disadvantage turned to be more of an advantage, as I was able to progress really rapidly in my studies, specifically in the fields of math and computer science. For instance, when I finally became healthy, I began enrolling in college when I was 7, and I finished the entire calculus sequence by the time I was 10 years old. Nowadays, I get really excited whenever I have the opportunity to create something meaningful, and looking ahead to the future, I am really hopeful that I will get to use my skills and knowledge to benefit society in a significant way. My motto is this: the rest of the world giving up on you is not nearly as bad as you giving up on yourself.